Before you watch the video or skip to the next part, make sure that you stop. Why? Because I might save your money and time. We have prepinsta Prime subscription, which is like Netflix but for placement preparation, upskilling, coding, and certifications. It has more than 200 plus courses like AI, ML, data science, AWS, cloud, full stack web development, C, C++, Java, Python, DSA, computer coding, aptitude. Even has micro courses for companies like TCS, MPT, Wipro, Deloitte, ZS, Amazon, Cisco, Qualcomm, etc. So all problem solved just with one single subscription. And not just courses, just like a single subscription. We also have a prepinsta placement cell that has more than 400 plus hiring partners, and we actually do refer you in all of these companies once you complete a track of these weeks.
Hello everyone and welcome back. So in this video, we are going to talk about Accenture's technical assessment. So basically, as you know, we have already covered some of the videos regarding the coding questions, aptitude and the placement series. So we are going to look at some of the technical assessment question and answers. So in this one, I'm going to help you with respect to what kind of questions that you can expect, how you can prepare for this part. All right. So now, without further wasting time, so let's jump into it. So here, let's understand what are the syllabus or what is the curriculum that you need to know in order to create in order to crack this test. So first thing that you need to understand is that the questions are going to be on common applications and Microsoft Office suite. So this is what you are expected to know about. So this might come with respect to like Word, PPT or document. So there are complete Microsoft Access suite that we have on a Windows machine, right? So basically they'll ask some questions on Excel or MS Access, so something like that. And also you can expect some of the questions on pseudocode. And if you want to learn more about the pseudocode, there's a dedicated 30 to 40 minutes video that we have already uploaded on the channel. So I'll recommend you to go and watch that video where I've explained you like how you can solve the pseudocode questions. And then you can expect some of the questions on fundamentals of networking and security and cloud related questions. So this also I'm going to share you some of the resources in the video from where you can learn about this MS Office questions and as well as network security and cloud technologies questions, right? So be with me on this video. I'm going to solve some of the questions. I'm going to answer, give answers as well. And apart from that, I'm going to share you some of the resources freely which are accessible to you so that you can practice or you can take the quizzes on this part. All right. So now, before that, I'll like to tell you that there are more than 30 plus companies are going to hire this placement season. So I would recommend you to go through all our social media channels like on Instagram, WhatsApp, Discord, LinkedIn and Telegram. So all the links you will find in the description. So make sure you will follow and visit all our respective channels so that you will stay ahead in front of all the information that we are going to share about the all recent hiring. So you will not miss any of the updates that we are sharing on these platforms. And also, like I said, we are going to solve this question. So if you be lucky and as always, if you perform well or like if you show engagement on the comment sections, so we are going to pick top 3 commenters from this video and you can get a chance to win prepinsta Prime subscription for the free. Right. So now let's directly jump into the first question. So these are the questions that might these are some of the questions that in this level kind of questions you can expect. So these are not actual questions that I'm saying, but these are the type of questions that you can expect in kind of examination. So first look at the question first we have. So you can relate Microsoft Office to which of these examples. So basically we have different kind of a software as examples and you need to tell exactly in which category this Microsoft Office fits into. So first option that we have is cloud surface software. Of course, Microsoft doesn't fit into the cloud yet, so we get it on our with respect to operating system. It is installed in your machine. So this will be not relevant in terms of that. So you can ignore that. Then we have a open source software. So Microsoft Not is open source. So if you're on a Windows, yes, you get it along with your operating system. But apart from that, there are product that for that you have to pay. So Microsoft is provided by the Microsoft and all the control about their tools is having with respect to the Microsoft only. These are not open source. So those are the paid products and you have to get the service and the Microsoft only has the control over everything. All right. So then what is this here? Next thing that we have is horizontal market software. So first understand what is the horizontal market software, and second one we have is a vertical market software. So first understand the difference between what is vertical market software and horizontal market software. then we can decide whether Microsoft fits into these 4 parts. So vertical is like whenever it is focused to a one specific industry or solving one specific problem. And then when you talk about horizontal, it's like even though that application or that software that you're using can be used across multiple industries as well. Irrespective of the industry, you can use the tools like this and you can solve the problems with this. So basically, one of the Microsoft tool, if we take Excel, so which can be used in a multiple industries, right? Microsoft spreadsheet or Excel you can use in terms of manufacturing, you can use in accounting. So there is no certain limit for this to use in one specific industry. And not just the Excel, there are a lot of tools or all the system, all the software that provides under Microsoft Suite comes into the part of horizontal market software. So this will be a correct answer here. So if you want to learn more about what is horizontal market and vertical market software, you can just Google about it. You will get some of the examples and you can learn more about these keywords as well. All right. So now let's go back to the second. Let's go to the second question. So here we have, which of the following is not the networking devices? So what we have, so you can just check routers are specifically relevant to the network. So if you're coming from the technical background or CSIT, you must already have the computer networks as a subject. So it will be easier for you to simply understand this. So firewalls also a part of networking, gateways is also part of networking, whereas Linux is an operating system. Right? So Linux will not be a part of the networking devices. So you will not consider into that. So that's why it is said that not networking device. So it will be correct answer will be Linux. So I hope you have also answered it correctly without before I'm telling this explanation. Now let's go to the third question here. So now I want you to say that whenever I'm trying to read this question, pause the video, try to understand, read it on your own and try to answer this question in the comment section. All right. So now let's say we have a question in a network. If P is the only packet being transmitted and there was no earlier transmission, so we have no earlier transmission, which of the following delay would be 0? So while in the network transmission, we have multiple delays and we need to exactly understand while there is no earlier transmission, what can be the delay, where can the delay will be 0, right? So first, let's say processing delay. So eventually, if there is a packet in the network previously or not, it's going to take the same time, like whatever the time it requires for the processing, then this will not be a correct option. Then we have a queuing delay. So this will be the correct output here, because since there is no other packets in the pipeline, so it's not going to be wait in a queue in terms of getting pre-processed or getting processed. So the correct answer here it will be. And the transmission delay and propagation delay are although not relevant to with respect to this scenario that they have given. So here you can get the correct answer as a queuing delay. So these are basic networking concepts. So if you're already from the CS and IT background, then it will be easier for you to solve this. All right, and don't worry if you're not from the CS and IT background, I'll tell you the resources. Just stay on the video with me. So I'm going to tell you about some of the free resources from where you can access this and you can learn about these things. All right. So now let's move on to the next question. So here we have one more question about Microsoft Word or Microsoft Suite. What is the overall term for creating, editing, formatting, storing, retrieving, and printing a text document? So this is what we have, text document. So I don't think this needs more clarification, but still if I want to break it down with the other things. So whenever we talk about the database management, so when you have a database, right, when you have a rows and columns, so when you're going to insert, delete, updates, all the operations are performed in the database. Web designing is about creating the website pages and adding the elements, CSS, HTML, that all involved in the web design. Then if we talk about the spreadsheet, so when this is nothing but the Excel way where you have a row columns and we are going to add the values and you're going to perform formulas on that. So that's where we have a spreadsheet. But since that is clearly mentioned as a text document, then of course the answer is going to be word processing, because during this text document on any Word document, like we have a Microsoft document where you can create, edit, format or store or retrieve the data and on the text documents, right? So the correct answer here would be a word processing. All right, so now let's look at the new question here. So which is not an objective of network security? So what is the not objective of the network security? Basically, identification comes into the network security. Authentication is also part of the network security. Access control is also part of security. Lock is the terminal or the keyword that is mentioned, which is not at all relevant to anything with respect to the network security. So that's why here the correct answer would be lock, which is option C here. All right. So now there is one more question that we have. So what is the shortcut key for line break? So basically, if you use more of the shortcut, then it will be easier for you to know. So, but I'll directly tell you the answer that here you can use Shift Enter while if you are editing any of the document. If you can use the Shift Enter, then it will break the line. You can short or cut the line. Or you can use it. This is the shortcut for in terms of breaking the line. All right. So this comes with the shortcuts, and the more shortcuts you use, and the more familiar you will be there. And I remember there was one more question similar like this. So what is the shortcut for closing the browser like tab? So let's say this is I'm having in a browser tab. So if I have multiple tabs open, so what is the shortcut in terms of closing that current tab, or what is a shortcut to creating a new tab in the existing browser? So these kind of shortcuts, if you are regularly use the computer, or if you're already familiar with that, then it will be easier for you to help answer these kind of questions. All right, so now we have one more question here, and dash we have computing refers to applications and services that run on distributed network. So keyword that we have distributed network using visualized resources. So here we have some of the output or some of the options which are relevant to this. So which can be distributed system, so which finds which suits with, or even if you just go without even knowing the terms, even if you think so, you can directly select the distributed. So but in that case it will be wrong. So then you can say soft computing, then parallel computing, distributed computing. But the actual thing, if you notice what exactly is asking in the question, refers to application and services that run on distributed network using visualized resources. The actual thing is like cloud. So on a cloud server, so you can use the this kind of methods, and which gets easier. So since all the options are very close to each other, but the correct output here we have is a cloud. All right. So now let's say if you are coming from a non-technical background, I can understand, like if you're from apart from the non-CSIT background, so it will be difficult for you guys to understand some of the networking terms, or even I know it can be easier to, you might have already familiar with the Microsoft Office, but when it comes to the networking part, then it would be difficult for you, right? So that's why I have something for you, so where you can access the resources. These are for the free of cost. So if you can visit the prepinsta's page for Accenture's papers 2023, so all the links will be provided into your description of this video. So if you go on to that, and here you will find the technical assessment. So these are the topics on which you can expect the questions under the technical assessment, and this is all the information that you know. And let's say if you want to know more about each of the module that they can conduct while this interview, so we have already created a dedicated video for placement preparation of the Accenture, so you can watch that video on the channel. And apart from that, let's say if you want to know more about this fundamentals of the networking, so here you can just check. So here you will find all the details and the topics that you need to know about. And apart from that, here you will find all kind of quizzes, which you can take these quizzes to practice these kind of questions, right? So now let's say this is good for the people who already know about the topic and they can solve it. Let's say if you're completely new, you do not know about anything, so I'd recommend you to check Prepinsta Prime, where you will get not just about the interview. So first I'll tell you about the interview preparation, where you can get everything that is required for the Accenture. So here we have a company specific tracks. So you can specifically check Accenture. So in this, if you open this course, you will get all the round 1 to the entire coding and pseudocode and this technical assessment, everything that you will get. And not just the Accentures, as you know, you're not just going to prepare for this one company. You're going to, of course, you'll sit for the multiple interviews. So you will find on the same subscription, under one subscription, you'll get access to all the company specific tracks. And not just these company specific tracks. So even if you want to learn some of the programming skills, like here you will get all kind of 200 plus courses under one subscription with respect to like recently we have announced like we have launched the full stack course as well. And if you want to go with respect to some of the skill based courses like data science, data analytics, AI, cloud computing, so which like basically cloud computing will help you in terms of solving the questions on this technical assessment that we have seen. So this everything that you will get in terms of under one just subscription. And if you want to get this, so I'm going to leave a coupon code on the description, so make sure you check that, and you can get a good benefits, or you can get the at a very lowest price as possible. All right, so this is the part. And if you get the prepinsta prime subscription, you will get the free access to all this assessment, all the assignments as well, and the quizzes. And not just about this, so you can check multiple pages as well. With respect to each segment, you will find all the interview related information. All right, so now coming back to our video, so let's move on to the next question here. Okay, so we have a question: choose one among these options that doesn't form a part of a standard Microsoft suite. So anything, we have the options here, and based on that we have to select anything which doesn't fit into the Microsoft Office or standard Office suite. So now in database, so basically for database we have MS Access and word processor, as you know, Doc, Microsoft Doc, or you can say Microsoft Word. And then for the image editor also, there is a Microsoft has its own product for image editor. But this file manager is basically a different application for you, right? So if you're on a Windows, so we can use the file manager to access all the files on the computer. So basically this file manager does not belong to the Microsoft part. So this is not a part of standard Office suite. So the correct option here would be file manager. All right, so now let's move on to the new question here. Okay, so choose the combination of file type and its extension that is incorrect. All right, so we have a file type, and along with that file type, we have an extension of that file type, and you have to select which one is incorrect. So of course, Microsoft Doc is given as .doc. So these are the text files that you can, Microsoft Word is represented by that. And for Microsoft Excel, if you choose, so this is incorrect, which is not a correct standard. So basically you have XLS. So all the Excel documents are into this extension .xls. Here we have given is EXL, which is incorrect. And all the Microsoft PowerPoint applications are all the documents that we have in a .ppt format. And here the Outlook is in a .ost format, which are all correct. So here, with respect to the question, the correct option would be this, because the pair that is given for Microsoft Excel and the extension is incorrect here. All right. So now let's go back to the new question here. Okay. The cell reference for a range of cells that starts at cell F2. So this is a question for the Excel and goes over to column I and down to the row 12. It's so basically if you are going to start from the F2 to I12, so how many cells it's going to select, or what is going to be the range for this cell. So basically if you're already familiar, so you know this has row and column, right? So let's say this is F and you have like this, and this is I. So and here you have this F2 and 1 2 something like that, right? So basically if you start from here F2 and then you select, let's say here we have this, so what is going to be the entire range of the cells if you select from F2 to I12, how it is going to represent it. So basically these are represented in this format. So starting with the first cell separated by the colon, so which is the correct option is like we have F2, then this will be the location for the first cell, and then the colon, then there is basically I12. So what is the correct option here? We have A is correct option, and rest of these are the incorrect formats of representing the cell location or the location of any specific cell. All right. So that's it we have here, and let's move to the next question here. What is we have? So MS Access is considered to be a DBMS. All right. So give the full form of S in DBMS. So basically, if you know what is the full form of the database, DBMS, so you can easily answer this. So we have DBMS means Database Management System. So basically here it is going to be the option C for system. And similarly, like you can, that's easy as you can say. All right, let's move to one more question that we have here. Which one is the most suitable reason to use macro in MS Office? So either it could be used in Word, Excel, or PPT, or any other MS Excel tool. So basically, if you use extensively the Microsoft Office and if you perform the task regularly, so you might have come across macros in that. So basically, macros are used to automate the repetitive task. So here the option it would be to repeat it with her, since there's no need for the sound and like not basically to record the mouse and not to record the keystroke. So basically macros can be created in Word or in Excel or in PPT if that is a task that you are going to perform repetitively. If it is a list of the tasks that you can all put in a macro and you can just run a macro, so it will automatically perform all the stepwise operations for you. So the correct option would be to automate repetitive tasks. All right, so that was also easier if you have already know about all the tools that you have extensively used. So these are all the questions. So basically just to tell you that this kind of all basic questions that you can expect in the in this kind of a segment. So these are easier when you're already familiar with or some of the general knowledge if you have in terms of the computers, right? So like I said, let me know in this comment section how this was video is going to be helpful for you, and also the resources that I have shared. Have a look on these resources from the link in the bio. And on a closing note, I just want to tell you that there are more than 30 plus companies are going to hire this placement season. So make sure you follow this channel and subscribe to this channel and hit the like button there if you like this video. And apart from that, check all our Instagram, WhatsApp, Discord, and LinkedIn, Telegram channel, so you will not miss any another update about the recent hirings that we are going to share. All right, that's it for the video, and I will see you in the next one.